You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Shark Tank After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Shark Tank After Show.
Whip it, shake it. No, I'm just kidding. Hey guys, we're here doing another Shark Tank After Show, Season 5, Episode 22.
We're back.
We're back. We weren't. Oh yeah, we were gone for a week. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. Why did that? Was there like some holiday I didn't know about?
We're trying to get the sweeps month, and the only way to do it is to go on hiatus every now and then.
Right. And just so you guys listening, watching, next week they're trying something new with Shark Tank. They're gonna do back-to-back episodes. From what I believe, ABC is trying to find a new show for Thursday night spots. They're going to do back-to-back. We're going to have a new episode on Thursday and Friday, and they're going to see how they do in that Thursday night spot. So
it'll be interesting. So tune in.
Tune in.
Thursday, 8 p.m.
ABC Shark Tank. All right. So what'd you think? This episode I enjoyed watching. Overall,
it was a good episode. Some good products. I'll tell you something about product number 3 later.
Okay, when we get to product number 3.
Just
or do you want to
me.
like cut ahead again, like normal?
I'll say this. I'll be utilizing it this weekend. But not because it's the most brilliant idea, and I'm talking about plates, of course, but because, you know what? It's like a one-time thing for me. I can get into it. Not like on a daily thing, but we'll talk about that.
Did you have a date night?
We'll talk about that.
Oh, you got a date night.
We'll talk about All right.
All right, starting.
Kodak cakes.
Kodiak, not Kodak. Kodak's a film.
Kodiak.
Kodiak cakes.
Why? Oh, that would have made... What? The name doesn't even make sense to me.
It doesn't either because there's like a bear on the box, and I get like the nature thing. I get a breakfast treat that's healthy. They're from Park City, Utah.
Bears make me think camping, and everyone kind of kept bringing up camping.
I know, so I didn't know. I mean, I get that the batter is just an add water thing, so it kind of is convenient for camping to make pancakes on the campfire. But yeah, I didn't. There was no like. Usually, products like this have like a kitschy name.
Aunt?
An aunt?
Really? Did you watch the show?
I did.
Okay, their competitor has an aunt on it.
See, I say
that's
aunt.
more.
I don't say aunt. Aunt is like
aunt.
I say like aunt.
But that's more marketable to in-home, as opposed to a bear.
Right. So that again, that's why everyone kept going to the camping thing. They're trying to make it a camping, easy, put water in. I mean, the ant, and we can say it, freaking Aunt Jemima or Bisquick, like they have just add water products too. So, I don't know. Anyway, they have the product, the pancakes mix. They have a maple syrup, too, which, you know, in the beginning, they didn't say that right away. And I was like, you need to have a syrup if you have a pancake, or else you're going to do yours and then use the competitors. They want $500,000 for 10%, which I thought that was a little bit crazy off the bat.
Yeah, you know.
For like a pancake thing. But, you know, it makes sense. They're saying that their cost is
It makes sense?
Well, it makes sense why they need that kind of money. It does not make sense.
The equity doesn't make sense.
Valuation does not make sense. Not a good valuation. But, you know, we'll see what happens. But I understand why they need that money. And I actually like how Mark is agreeing with the fact that they say they want to get the money, because you have to, in that industry, you have to buy shelf space. It's like... It's almost like, you know, buying a spot in a catalog, or it's like they want you to advertise so that you're like have a good partnership with these brands, and it shows that you want your product to sell. It shows you're going to have a good sell through, blah, blah, blah. So I understand that that is a very pricey thing to do. So that's why I can wrap my head around them needing that much money, but no way did I see this company as worth $5 million.
Well, they're in Target.
So
that's start. Everyone was blown away by that fact, and then we peeled away
the
layers.
And it's so much more money. It's twice as much for the pancakes.
Yeah, that's insane.
and people are buying it. So they're in Target and they did $260,000 in their first order from Target. This year from Target, they're going to do $1 million in sales just to Target. And they're saying they're going to do $5 million this year total, which is crazy to me. Pancakes.
They have a 45% margin. I mean, here's the thing. Am I surprised by those numbers? It's the pancake business. I mean,
flapjacks.
I don't know the statistics, but you figure it's got to be at least $500,000 business a year, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I mean, I like pancakes. I like making pancakes. So, I mean, I guess a lot of people do.
Yeah, hey, couple that with plates, and now.
And it's is it gluten free? I think too. They said there was something. It was either gluten free or whole wheat, or it was supposed to be better than the normal like bleached flour for you.
Yeah, and the fruit syrup was.
Yeah, they had maple syrup too, but I guess I don't know. For me, is that worth twice the money? I think I would stick to it.
Yeah, I don't. First off, I don't know how many people buy. Again, I don't know these statistics. I'm the worst demographic to ask because I don't do a lot of this stuff. Like if I had to buy pancake mix, I just like randomly pull one off the shelf. I wouldn't look at pricing. I look at the most familiar one or the on the box, the one that looks most appetizing. And again, for me, a bear.
No, it doesn't look appetizing. And on I know for a fact on the Bisquick box, I'm a big fan of pancakes. So on the Bisquick box, it's got the stack of pancakes with the syrup running over the side and the butter, the perfect picture. And Aunt Jemima has that as well. And those do have just add waters too. So yeah, if I was doing that shopping, I would. I mean, because I feel like they have whole wheat kinds now too, and probably gluten free as well.
Yeah, but okay. Is Eggo? Do they just make waffles? Is that even a brand? Go My Eggo?
Eggo makes they do frozen. They make waffles. They actually do make pancakes as well.
Frozen pancakes,
right? And
that's
it's
what I
not
buy.
like a put it together, do it.
I'm lazy. That's what I buy. But they have,
You're lazy. That's what you buy. You just jumped ahead and said that you were getting into plates.
Yeah, I'll talk about plates when we talk about plates. But
okay.
I feel like for me, most of these brands already have that health. I don't know. Maybe it's false, but I feel like for me when I buy this stuff. I get some sort of different flavor.
Yeah, I mean, there is a distinct difference between Aunt Jemima and Bisquick. I don't know what Kodiak case tastes like yet, because I will try it. I would love them to send us some. I'll make pancakes.
They want, I mean, they're kind of, they're estimating a $30 million valuation in 4 years.
I know. And I mean, it's interesting because first, Mr. Wonderful, he asks that question. And then he's like, your company's worth $2 million. You have to give up 25%. And then he's like, I'm out. Because he knows that it's not, because it is. It's like, if they're going to get all this money just to buy space, of course they're going to sell more. But the return on that kind of investment, they're not going to see, you know what I mean? It's not like it's going to be like they're going to sell it for $200 million. It's like, there's only, unless they do other products, but there's only so much. So he was kind of like, it's not a good investment for me type thing.
Correct.
And then Robert was like, I'll give you the $500K for 35% of the company, which was kind of high, but I feel like they were contemplating it. Once, it's really interesting to me how whoever kind of speaks first sets the tone sometimes. You know what I mean? Like Mr. Wonderful was talking how, what would you sell this for? 30 million. And he's like, oh, it's not worth that much. So it sets the tone. Then Robert chimes in with giving the valuation a little bit lower than them. And they look like they're contemplating it. But if at first someone would have said that it was the greatest idea ever, Robert probably wouldn't have been able to get away with that offer. You know what I mean? It's weird how they kind of play off each other.
Mr. Wonderful usually goes first.
True. He usually speaks first. Whether or not it's a deal,
yeah,
he usually has something to say.
He usually speaks first, and, depending on if he likes it or not, he's either the first person to make a deal or he's strategic enough to make a deal at the end when he's like, all roads lead back to Mr. Wonderful.
Yeah, pretty much.
So here's my royalty deal.
Right. My perpetuity. And then Barbara chimes in. And she, which is kind of interesting to me, she was like, I'll give you $250K for 20%, but you have to get another shark. Which she was kind of like, I want to do this, and I don't know her reasoning behind that, if she just didn't have the time or didn't have the connections or whatever, but she thought it was, clearly it's making money, clearly it's a success, but, she didn't want the whole thing.
I mean, maybe she doesn't want to give away $500,000.
Yeah, or maybe it's the money.
I mean, you know, I don't know what the reason is. So, I mean, in the end, I was really nervous because then Lori's out, and then Mark is out.
Well, but it was interesting. Lori was just like, yeah, I don't like pancakes. I'm out. Pretty much that was everything, which I understand. You have to get behind a product that you want to sell. Like, you know, part of my company, and one of the problems for me was that I'm not a person that goes and buys $80 t-shirts. So, you know what I mean? Like, if you're making a product that you wouldn't buy, at some point you're going to get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Mark says, lots of challenges ahead. I'm out. And, you know, they come back, and Mr. Wonderful chimes back in to go with Barbara, and he agrees to do the other $250K, but he makes Barbara come up to 25%. So pretty much the offers on the table is Barbara and Mr. Wonderful, $500K for 50%, or Robert at $500K for 35%, and Joel and Cameron turn him down. No deal.
I think they just want exposure right off the get-go.
Julia, it's so funny that in this season, like 2 seasons ago, I would have never thought that way. You know what I mean? Would you have? Were you thinking that 2 seasons ago? Were you thinking people just wanted to come on the show for publicity?
I was naive then.
Yeah, me too. But now that we're talking about it all the time, and the Sharks are saying it more now too.
Oh, Mark was like, you were smart not to make those deals.
Yeah.
You know, because now they're going to be selling like hotcake and, pardon the pun. And, you know, I mean, ultimately, you know, you got to have investors watching this show. I'm sure somebody wants to invest. I'm sure if you're smart, you know, and you're a Target and you're all these different people, you know, you're watching this show just to see the competition, see what you can buy up. I wonder if you're
watching the show, or I wonder if are you watching the show, or do you make a deal with ABC that you get privy to all the audition tapes before the show comes out, so that then you can catch these people before today or Friday or Saturday when everyone's seen it?
I think that's legal.
No, you don't think so?
Because that's like insider information. That's, you know what I mean. Like that's like trading stocks when you know what's good.
It'd be a really good idea, though.
It's also more than likely it's very illegal.
Okay, all right, don't do that, Target.
I mean, hey, maybe they're doing it, but I mean, it's.
Why would it be illegal though? You know what I mean? It's like
because you're getting insider information.
But it's not like a stock. It's not like going to affect other people. Like,
yes, it affects businesses. If I am, let's say, for the purposes of argument, if I am Target, or you know, let's say in this case a pancake company, and I find out that...
But doesn't, like, Disney own ABC, and Disney's got to own Target or Walmart or some big company Disney owns?
They own Target?
Not Target, but, like, they've got to own something big, and there's got to be execs that are like, oh, okay, since you didn't get a deal, just call this person. Okay, but that's
different than a third-party company.
I don't know, man. I'd be curious.
Like, if all of a sudden I went on the show and started selling Mikey Mouse T-shirts... Then yeah, Disney might get a call of like, hey, there's a guy who's selling Mikey Mouse T-shirts.
Because in the same sense, so I cover Project Runway as well, and we've had some guests, and the show is done taping, but because they've been on the show earlier, they have deals that are in the works and happening before it airs, whether or not they won and have that, you know what I mean? Like, from the time that stuff's taped to the time that stuff air, things happen because you were even there. Yes, I understand,
but that's different than getting it before these guys going on the show. Like, there's...
Not before they go on the show, before the show airs. Before the show airs, I'm saying.
Okay.
Not before they go on the show. So before
don't think that there's not... Okay, Stef Z and Phil Svitek go on this show, and hey, we have our cupcake line, and you know what? All of a sudden, you know, we go on the show. We didn't get a deal, but you know what? We're smart enough to, hey, our episode's going to air in May, and we have a 6-month window to go up to all these mother effers and say, hey, we're going to be on Shark Tank. We're amazing, blah, blah. And we we scam all these stores, and now all of a sudden we're on the shelf. Lo and behold, we're a crap product, but we've screwed out every one of these stores, and we've made a profit. I'm sure that's happened.
That's what I'm saying. Something to that effect in the reverse of that.
That's the scamming of the people that go on the show. Not necessarily. That's not the show.
I don't think it has to do with the show at all. It has to do with the fact that like someone at Target is literally being like, okay, we know that, you know, Shark Tank is filming all this month. Hey, ABC, we'll give you $1 million to let us view the stuff to see if we want to pitch these people or whatever. Anyway, we'll move on. Number 2, I think there's something else.
Okay, that you understand that's bribery.
Right,
we'll give you $1 million. That's bribery.
But the fact that ABC takes 6% of everyone that goes on, like, that's not public knowledge, and that's, you know what I mean? Like,
it is now.
It is now, but well, we've said it before. But in the same sense, I'm sure there's other stuff happening for those people and for everyone involved to make money from this publicity stunt for them.
I mean, I'm sure there's first right deals going on.
Yeah.
You know,
stuff like that. I mean,
I'm sure, but that's different than getting insider knowledge.
Yes and no, same shit. All right, moving on.
Okay, a first right is like, am I saying it? Is that's not the term? Like,
I know it's first privilege or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, because they were on ABC, Disney has the first right to offer them a deal if they don't get a deal on the show before they can take one from Target or wherever, which is kind of the same thing that I'm talking about.
Okay, but that is legal.
Same stuff.
Okay, there's a difference between legal and illegal.
I understand that, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying something like that probably exists. The end. Moving on. Next we've got.
Get me my lawyers on the phone. Let's talk this
call
through.
up. Who's got a lawyer? Call in. Call up. Okay. Moving on. Next we have the 2 moms, and they're saying it's a must-have accessory for parents on the go. It's Christy and Courtney with the monkey mat. How do you feel about the monkey mat, dude?
I don't mind this.
I don't mind it either. I kind of like them. I kind of like that thing.
It's small.
It's small. I like that it's got a giraffe print around the edges. I'm a big fan of giraffes.
Barbara got them good, though. The colors suck. They're not hip.
She said wrong colors, wrong price. I was like, oh my goodness. Well, first up, they're asking for $100K for 30% of the company. It's a washable mat in a bag. It's a few colors. It folds out. I don't remember exactly how big it is, but it's a decent size. Like, it's a beach blanket size. You can get down there. You can have a picnic on it. If you're in the airport, your kids can eat food. You can change baby on it. They did $60,000 the first year from a website and about 51 stores. Now, here's part of the problem for some of the sharks was that it retails for $39.99.
Yeah, that's high.
It's high. And also, since it's made in China and they're making them for $13 to $14 like FOB, like off the ship here, they it's a pretty good margin for them. So they could afford for it to be a little bit cheaper and not have a bigger margin, but they'd probably sell more.
Yeah, but if the goal is $10, which, you know, if nothing else, yes, they did get a deal, but if you're looking at it, like, how do we get it down to $10? Where we can sell it at $10 and make profit.
Yeah, well, then it's going to have to cost $3.
So let's figure it out.
Right. But they were, in the beginning, they were kind of like, they didn't think that was an option.
And they just weren't open to it because, I mean, they say they've tried, but again, you know, how long you been doing this?
I don't know that they weren't open to it. I feel like they didn't have, they really thought it wasn't, they thought it wasn't possible to have the quality product that they want at that price, which I think it is. Depending, you know, you order more, you find better resources. I think, you know.
You figure it out. I'm sure there's a way.
Yeah. So Mark chimes in. He's like, I love the product. I hate the price. Robert likes it, but what I heard, you can't get the price down because that's what he was saying. He was saying that they're saying you can't, and I think he didn't like that the can't in it, and he was just like, I'm out. That
because it's a mentality thing.
Right. Exactly. Mr. Wonderful was like, I can't understand this.
Just didn't get it. He's like, like, okay, what don't you get about it? I understand that, you know, you could buy a $2 piece of cloth and lay it out on, but it's a you're buying the convenience.
You're buying the convenience, the bag, the easy. I mean, it looked,
that bag is so small and portable.
So small, and it was easy to get it in. Normally, you gotta like fold up things like a map to fit it back, and you got one crease wrong, and you're all screwed. This was just like shove it in the bag and go.
I've carried a blanket to beaches before. They're big.
Yeah, you want a monkey mat, don't you?
I want a monkey.
I kind of do too. I kind of want a royal blue one. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I like the colors. They were like primary colors. I get for kids, maybe it should have been like softer.
Yeah, it needs to be brighter.
brighter but softer because they were bright. There was red, there was blue. They were just the primary colors. Yeah,
blue. You know what I mean? They need to be
like turquoise.
Vibrant.
Yeah. So Barbara was like, wrong colors, wrong price. I'm out. Mr. Wonderful's out. Then Lori. It was really funny. She asks, she's like, "Can you put it back in the bag for me?" And Mark's like, "Wait. Let me put it back in the bag." They've been doing it all the time. Mark actually beats her, and he puts it in the bag quicker than she does.
That was a good call by Lori. I mean, that was because that's going to be the deciding factor.
Right.
Because especially for something that small, as you mentioned, like it could have been a crapshoot to get it in there, and then you're like, 30 minutes of how do I fit this stupid thing in there?
No.
The fact that it's that, again, I don't know. They didn't have a little timer thing down at the bottom, but maybe if it takes 30 seconds or less, I'm in.
Yeah. I mean, you know how much time parents spend picking up after their kids? Even if it's like a minute.
Yeah.
Well, a minute's kind of a long time. And then we have Lori asks Mark, like, "Hey, let's do this. $100,000 for 35%. I can't believe that they got a deal like that.
That's a good deal.
I think it's a really good deal.
I mean, I credit those guys, because they were smart enough. Okay, for basically, we're giving up 5% of our equity, but we're getting two sharks, two amazing sharks that believe in the product. So you know what? It's nickels and dimes, quote unquote. Let's go do the deal.
If you had to pick two sharks, Phil, regardless of the product, I know that some people are. Versatility-wise, who would your two sharks be?
I don't know if this is versatility-wise.
No, you know what I mean? Like, I know for some tech products you would want X.
No, but here's the thing. I would love to learn from Robert, and I would love to learn from Mark.
That's funny. I kind of like the Mark thing for me, and I feel like Barbara or Lori. So
you want a good female role model for you.
A little woman power. Yeah,
I see that for you.
Well, because.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, I like that. So okay. So moving on. Anything else about the monkey mat? We love it. We like them. I think it's gonna be everywhere. I feel like this is a thing too that they're gonna sell. Going back at like theme parks, this, that, and the other thing. You know what I mean? Like you'll have your Disneyland monkey mat. You'll have your Six Flags monkey mat. You'll have all that licensing stuff going on for them. So I think they're gonna be pretty well off. And now we move on to plated. So you're going to use this week. So let's just jump to your story. You're like busting out to tell me.
Oh, I'm busting out. Yes, totally. No, because I understand where the sharks are coming from. Like, okay, yeah, you can just open up a cookbook and do it. But you know what? When you want a special night, sometimes, I feel like this could help.
I totally feel like this.
Now, am I gonna do? The problem with the product is that am I gonna use this on a nightly basis?
No.
Hell to the no.
No.
First off, because I gotta now pre-plan what the hell I want to order. So if I want to make dinner tomorrow, I gotta order stuff tonight.
Right. Though, me and you might not use this daily, but people, whether it be on set, people that have private chefs might use something like this daily. Because it was hard for me to get to the daily aspect.
But that's a niche market.
Totally. But it was hard for me. Like I said, it was hard for me to get to who would use this daily.
Like
I don't cook.
Grubhub is great in the sense that it's takeout, but it lets you know all the restaurants available, how far they are, and blah blah blah, and it lets you order. That way, it has all.
Do they deliver for you?
Well, if the restaurant delivers, then yes. Like, it's basically just a database of all the restaurants. There's
like
no charge.
Yelp, but not.
Yes, they don't charge you anything. So, unless you want to give Grubhub a tip, oddly enough. But it gives you a database of places that are open right now, places that deliver, or, where you can go in and take out. And, it's great in that sense. But again, that's the takeout business. Now, vice versa, I have seen, like, there's services that you pay for that deliver, like, a lunchbox to you, and it's got breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
It's already prepared. You just have to, like, put it in the oven or the microwave or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, that was their biggest argument. So what Plated is doing, they're delivering the meals, but they're delivering you all the ingredients and instructions so that you can cook it yourself. And, again, I feel like most of the sharks' problem with this was that do-it-yourself. Like, the people the customer that's going to want to pay for a service like this is going to not want to have to take, they want to pay for it and to come done. Yeah. Which I kind of agree with. They were
I so agree with, except in the case of this one time that I'm going to do it because I want to cook it.
Right.
So do you understand? I'm gonna
pry.
But it's a one-time thing. It's a novelty. It's not a continuous source of revenue.
Yeah, but maybe not. Maybe it's a one-time thing. Okay, so what? You have like a date or something coming over. Okay, so maybe in your mind you think it's a one-time thing. She comes over. You guys cook. You cook a meal for her. She cook whatever. You cook it together.
I like this 30-minute thing.
Right, and then it's so much fun. Easy, so much fun. You get to prepare a meal together. You get to enjoy the meal together. What if you're like, this is awesome. I'm going to do this once a week.
Okay, that's still not every day.
Not every day, but still, because they have like subscriptions.
I ain't subscribing for a year.
I'm not either. But okay, so wait, first off, they wanted $500,000 for 4% of their company.
That's
What's
crazy.
that, a $10 million valuation?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's insane.
I mean, one of the guys said they were smart guys, and
they were definitely smart guys.
He said, like, listen, what's great about it is we don't need a large customer base to make money. And so, I give him credit there. And you know what? Maybe if you accumulate enough of assholes like me that, do this twice a month, maybe you're making profit.
I wonder though, I wonder if moms are doing this because they want to have that cooking for their kids thing, but it takes one step out. And I really, really do like the aspect of the waste. Like I got really annoyed when I heard that the grocery store throws away 50% of their food. There are starving people out there and they're throwing away food. Like,
is it that or is it also the people? I think I don't know.
Grocery stores throw away 50% of their produce, is what they said.
But I think they also,
to me.
That's part of it, but I also think they were speaking to the people in the sense that, like, if you buy, let's say, tomatoes, and you don't make anything with those tomatoes for whatever, you're going to have to throw them out because they've gone bad.
I am like the worst grocery store person. I'll go into the grocery store, I'll be there for an hour and a half, and I'll come out with a bunch of shit that doesn't even make a meal, and I'll be like, well, I could have made this, or I could do this, or my chicken stir fry is kind of the only thing. I can make a chicken stir fry, baked macaroni, and pancakes. That's my dishes done. So I know what to buy for that, but everything else, I have all these great ideas, and then you wait, and then you don't do it, and then you don't have time, and then you throw the food away and you waste money.
Yeah, that's
what this is not. It won't happen with this.
I mean, the problem is we haven't targeted demographic. Like if it's if you're going after people that are too busy and things like that, like college students. Because I don't know if college students would love to eat healthier, but maybe they would. But $10 a meal, that's a little heavy, plus the 30 minutes. Now, if you're a business person and you don't have the time, that may not be as much $10 per meal, but it's definitely time. 30 minutes. And I think it's for me, it's not necessarily the time.
Really 30 minutes. If you think about this 30-minute thing, it's not.
But it's the pre-planning.
You got to, and the preparation, and then the cleanup. Not 30 minutes.
Cleanup. The cleanup.
Now, if they had this, but like a rag that comes to clean it all up, and whatever's left over, put in a biodegradable something or other, and send back to them, and you get whatever. I don't know. I'm going crazy. But I don't know. Well, you tell me. You're gonna use it this week.
I'll let you guys know.
I want to report.
Again, it's a special thing. Like, it's great.
Did you sign up?
No, I haven't even done it yet. I just saw the thing. I'm like, ooh, let me use this.
I can't wait to hear about it. So, okay. So, Robert, Robert pretty much was just like, you guys are smart guys. He just can't go along with the having to make it part. He just can't get past it. So, he's out. Mr. Wonderful says he could do it for $3 million valuation. They come back to find, and then it was kind of funny when Robert was saying that, Mr. Wonderful, sorry guys, was saying that he could do this business for $3 million. And the guy, I think Nick, was it Nick?
Yeah, they got really angry.
He was like, yeah, you try and go find two smart guys like us to do this. Go ahead. And Mr. Wonderful was like, okay. Like, I've never seen him.
But he didn't make a deal.
No, he was like, okay, I'm out. So I don't know if he was out because he didn't like the tone that they used, but they definitely went back at him. And I thought he was right. They're two really smart guys. They had answers for everything. They knew what they had gotten in the past. They knew their post money. You know what I mean? They've got a couple rounds of money already. They've got seed money already. And then Lori said is, your customer is too busy, I'm out. Which that's the thing that I kind of agree with. Like if you're the person, except for date nights. But if you're the person that's going to order food, like I've got my groceries delivered before, like
all right,
it's because you don't want
1 year contract. I am in, but every day you based off of like, okay, I like Thai food, I like Mexican, blah blah, whatever. I'm allergic to this, and this. Every day you send me something, and you send me ingredients, and make it simple to make.
But that's not ideal because you need 4. It's minimum of 4 servings, so you can't just do it for yourself every day.
See, that's the thing that I hate too. Like, I just want to make it for myself.
Now that's the thing. Now, if it was that, it would be different.
See, now my date night turns into a double date night.
Right. To go shop, cook, prepare, and clean for yourself to eat, pain in the ass. So if this was for one, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like if you do the subscription,
I understand
I don't
why
like
it's that way because it's definitely, I'm sure there's a high overhead. Like, who the hell's shopping and bringing this to your doorstep? And then going to Stef Z's doorstep and delivering her, meal for that. You know what I mean?
I get it.
You gotta
I just
pay
don't like it.
I get it. I also don't like it. That's what needs to be figured out.
Needs to be fixed.
Like, if I want a $10 meal, I just want a $10 meal.
Right. No, you got a $40. You got to get 3 other people. So you're paying $40 for your meal, and you're cooking it and cleaning.
Every night. If you want, I want to see this deal. You do some talking. I'm gonna look this up.
What you're gonna is to see how it is?
The subscription. Okay. I'm gonna look at the subscription.
All right. So we're into it, Plated. We're totally into it. So
I'm into the idea.
I'm into the idea too because I just don't like the grocery store. Like I'm into the idea of me being like, hey, I want chicken stir fry tonight, and then delivering the perfect amount of chickens and bell peppers or whatever. Like I wonder if you can create your own meal too. Very interesting. You know what I mean? Like, do you need to just pick what they're saying, like what meals they have for? Do they have a menu? Is it every day? Can you get the same
how it
meal
works?
every day?
I'm gonna go through this.
All right, are you ready?
Plated makes dinner fun, easy, and delicious, and then it's got a video. Okay, delivery zones. Oh, we got delivery zones. Please tell me.
See, that's like.
What if I?
All right. Well, while you're looking at that, Barbara just pretty much is just like, I'm out. It's not for her. She pretty much had no interest.
Okay, we're in the delivery zone.
All right.
Wow, there's a lot of writing.
Is there like a delivery fee too?
$12 per plate. Members
10.
save $3 per plate. We raised prices. Okay, let's see. Monthly membership, $10 per month, plus $12 a plate. What? Build monthly, cancel any time.
How much is the delivery though? So if you're paying $10 a month and $12 a plate, and you have to minimum 4 plates.
Here's what we got. The most popular is the annual membership. It's $8 a month plus $12 a plate. Billed annually, one-time fee. You save $192 per year. And then if you're not ready to commit, you can do pay as you go for $15 a plate.
I want to know the shipping fee or the delivery fee. Like it's $15 per plate, but what does it cost to get to your door?
Well, let's order some stuff. Why don't we make some stuff?
Do it.
I don't want to order, or I don't want to sign up. It keeps asking me to sign up. I don't want to sign up.
Okay, so then we go to Mark, who says, which I really like this because a lot of people are, it's not for you, they're out. Mark flips that around. He says, I would not be a customer, but I see that this is a business.
All right. See, here's the thing. Unfortunately, I wish they gotten their things together because I'm mad already.
See? You're not doing it.
Because, okay.
You're just ordering takeout. You're ordering Chinese food for your date, aren't you?
Okay, here's what we got, though. Choose your delivery date. Choose your delivery date. I can't even pick anything until Wednesday of April 16th. And then afterwards, the next time that I can order is April 19th. I don't want to think that far in advance!
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work.
How the hell am I supposed to order anything?
Maybe they just sold out because of the show, but still, they should have planned for that. That's terrible. Like if that's like.
And now you've turned. Here's the thing. It's about customer reaction, and you've already turned me off.
Yep, you're not doing this for your date now anymore, are you? You can't.
I can't. I wanted to, and I just can't. So I'm angry.
Tell me how you really feel.
No, because here's what I hate: when businesses aren't ready for the demand.
Yep.
And here's the thing, right? When you have a business, it's about customer reaction. And I was all gung ho. I wasn't ready for the yearly subscription, but I was willing to at least give it a try. Based on my experience, I would have been like, you know what, this is fun. Maybe I'll utilize this more, and maybe it might actually figure into my daily life. I can't even do it because it's unavailable to me.
I can't.
So you've pissed me off.
But I understand. So I remember when the Cyclorama or whatever that thing that makes your phone turn around, the app that we got. And I remember after the show, it took like for an hour or two, it was like overloaded, couldn't do it. But like literally within like 2 hours, you could download the app. They did again too, and I don't like this. Like it said $10 per person on the show, and now it's 12 or 15. Like I don't like that. That to me seems like they're pulling a fast one. The same thing with Cycloramic. On the show, it was 99 cents, and then when I bought it, it was $1.99. So I don't like to feel like someone's trying to pull a fast one on me. You said $10. You're gonna get so many orders from being on Shark Tank. Keep it at $10 for the first year. Yeah. Something. So to me, that's a little bit. That's a no.
Well, it was $10 a month. Plus a $12
No,
play.
it said $10 per person, $40 minimum order. Same day or overnight. Lies!
Yeah.
Plated, Nick and Josh. Not happy.
I ain't happy.
Send
you know what app is
food.
free?
What?
The AfterBuzz app. It's free. And you know what?
It works.
I make a guarantee right now to you that the app will stay free. Forever and always. Because I ain't about that.
But if they want to download it right now, will it work?
Absolutely.
It will.
It will. Now, you know, a lot of you guys have been writing in, and there's features that you guys want to get added. Let us know. Continue doing so. You know, we'll unveil updates as we go. You know, it took us a long time to get to the app. I literally had to make this app myself.
You made it yourself?
I made it myself.
Oh, Phil.
People said it would cost $200,000 at least to make this app, and I said, you know what? I don't got $100,000, but I got Phil. So I made the app. It's available now as we speak to you.
That is a quote of the day. I ain't got $200,000, but I got Phil. Speaking of yourself.
I wish I had more Phils. This app is free to you. It's on iTunes for, you know, whether your iPhone, iPad, whatever. And it's available on Android as well because we didn't forget about you either.
Sweet.
So it's free. And it's going to stay free.
Not like Plated.
So, yeah. Exactly.
Anyway, moving back to Plated. Mark says he wouldn't be a customer, but he says, this is a big business, and I want to make you guys an offer. And he wants to do $500,000 for the $9 million valuation, and he wants to get advisory shares. Like he was asking what was the last valuation to get money, and he wanted those same percentages. Like clearly it went up a little bit, and he wanted advisory shares, and there was a little bit of pushback with it in the beginning, and then he was like, dude, this is the deal, this makes sense, you want me to, you know, be an advisor, you like, why does this not make sense to you? And Mark's never asked for that before, so I feel like he really, in his mind, he sees this going somewhere.
He does.
But we can't use it for 10 days.
Mark,
13 days.
Mark, brother, right now, I ain't happy.
Yeah.
I ain't happy.
So they, Nick and Josh agree. They make the deal with Mark. They do $500,000 for, I think it was $9 or $9.5 million valuation.
You know, could I make a big?
Oh, you're still pissed, aren't you?
No. I'm going to make a big order right now.
What?
There's plenty of bars that don't actually have kitchens. And Marissa knows this. Marissa, when a restaurant or a bar has food, people are likely to stay, how many minutes longer?
50 more minutes.
52 minutes longer.
52 more minutes.
52 minutes longer if there's food. Guess what? Let's make deals with these restaurants.
With Plated? No, see, you can't. Because if they're preparing the food there, it's different permits. And a lot of places you can bring food in. Like there's a lot of bars in Venice, like you can bring food in and they allow that, so that for that exact reason that people stay longer. But if they're not selling food, it's because they probably don't have the permit to do it. And that's
okay.
Love you, man.
Well, you know what? I Plated. I'm on the fence with you. Here's the problem. Am I going to revisit you? Probably not.
No, I think it's done. We're going to put the Plated on the shelf. Oh.
Oh.
Okay, moving on. Now we've got
the most brilliant thing I've ever seen.
How does this not exist?
It's
got to exist. I can't believe it doesn't exist. And I love, like, these guys, oh my God, I felt like I was at home. It was like Tony, you know, I mean, it wasn't. It was Sal, Johnny, and Anthony. But it was the
Larry,
same
Curly.
guy. It was kind of like Mo, Larry, Curly. It was really cute. Like, I couldn't tell in the beginning. Sal was like trying to do the pitch, and he, like, was he doing that on purpose? Like, he was having, yeah, he was like struggling a little bit. But the other two guys were kind of just like standing there, giving him like his space to like get through it, and he did. And Johnny's like, all right, yeah. Yeah,
and then the Sharks, because they understood, like, you know, it's like my boy the tree TP guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have a good product.
Yeah, like they had a really good product, and they're not that clearly. That's why they're there, and they're not like the presenters, but they were like giving it their best shot. So it was really cool. So they are.
It's like Italian realism all over again.
Pretty much, and they what was this thing called?
I wrote paintbrush cover, but
that's what I wrote. Plastic case.
Hold on.
All right.
Look up
Anyway, as we said, they're asking, pretty much they've been in the painting business. They said together they had over 60 years of experience in the painting business. And they've created a plastic cover to put around your brush so you don't have to wash it out and you can use the paint over and it doesn't dry. And it's brilliant and it's easy. And they weren't being greedy. They wanted 50 grand for 10%. They just needed to, you know, they needed a little bit of money to get it going. And the paint can stay wet for 3 months. That's crazy to me, that they can actually stay wet for that long. And they had one there. They've done $35,000 worth of business. They cost 41 cents to make it. They sell it $2 wholesale, $3.99 retail.
They just call it the paint. They call it the paintbrush cover.
Yeah. Okay. So
that's by the way, the website is www.thepaintbrushcover.com.
Love it. Mr. Wonderful, and again, they were all, I feel like they were all very shocked that this didn't exist.
Yeah, because I'm shocked.
I'm shocked too.
It seems so simple.
It is so simple. It's like...
It's a cover for your paintbrush.
Yeah, did they have them for the rollers too?
No, but their new product, the roller cover, serves the same purpose, but for rollers.
Okay.
So they got one coming out.
All right, there you go. Someone jumped right on that.
Well, they jumped right on that.
Right. Well, I'm sure with the help of...
Yes.
But...
Well, the paintbrush, I mean, if you can make... If you have the idea and all it is like airtight thing, like, okay, so then we make and design one that's for a roller.
Right.
Easy enough.
Right. But for me, it was...
I'm just saying, if you know how to do it.
Right, but the roller one is where I think is the moneymaker.
That's the moneymaker. Because
right.
most
painters, people roll, and that's like to wash the paint out of that thing is way more annoying than just to run the brush under the water.
Yeah.
So I feel like people will be more, if people are going to buy one or the other, they're more prone to buy the roller one because it's more of a mess. Okay, so Mr. Wonderful, of course, comes out and he's saying his first offer is $50,000 for 10% royalty on all sales. Again, you know, the royalty maker. Robert chimes in with $50,000 for 20%. Then I believe Mr. Wonderful comes back and he's like, you know what, you're going to need more money. And he's like, I'll do $100,000 for 5% stake and until he gets his money back, right? Mm-hmm. And then a 10% royalty on all sales. And then Lori chimes in and she's like, I'll give you $100,000 for 20% if you take it right now. Which was crazy. And then another $100,000 she'll keep to go towards purchase orders so that they'll have money because they all think they're going to kind of need a little bit more money than what they're asking for.
Yeah, I mean, for $50,000 is not a lot.
No.
If you got to fulfill orders.
Yeah, no, it's not a lot. And it was funny because Barbara starts talking and she's like, and then Lori's like, my deal has an expiration date. Do you want it or not? And
it's a good call.
I know, it's a good call. And they kind of walked around the corner and they had a t-shirt for her and they made a deal with her. And see, that's the thing. Like, they came in wanting Lori. This is a perfect QVC, perfect infomercial. They're going to blow this one out of the park, I think.
I could have seen him going with Barbara just because she's a New Yorker.
Oh, yeah. Lori's a New Yorker, too, though.
Yeah, but she's not like Barbara.
Oh, but see, I think Lori's tougher than Barbara. I would put her more as a New Yorker. Maybe it's because she's younger, too. But, I mean, no disrespect. But you know what I mean? Like, I can relate to her more. And I'm a New Yorker as well. So, but, yeah, that's kind of funny That I didn't pick up on that one.
Anyway, that's just my thought.
And then so for this week's flashback and news, we
flashback of the week. Grayson Lace.
Oh yeah, Grayson Lace from Austin, Texas.
$1 million in 5 days
after the airing of Shark Tank. That's crazy. It's amazing. That's amazing. It was a husband and wife, which I like that. Like, I like, you know, I mean, like, I've worked with friends, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. But, like, in my mind, the idea of a family business makes me actually really happy. So I like seeing these success stories. I like seeing that they're still together, the business is working, they're using the money for their children. You know what I mean? Like, I like this whole thing. And Barbara comes in, and yeah, 5 days after Shark Tank, they made $1 million worth of sales.
$1 million.
With sharks and lasers.
That's a reference to Austin Powers.
People know, I think, that one.
Hopefully.
And I think they were doing the sales to keep going up. It was like $3 million for the end of that year.
I mean, this was this season.
Uh-huh.
So.
Yeah, well, it's fun. The last week's was this season as well.
Yeah.
So, and again, too, it's like, this is season 5. It's catching on more and more. So whoever was on Shark Tank season 1, I don't know that the success stories are... They're not doing this much in sales afterwards because not that many people were watching it. Like, right now is the sweet spot time to get on Shark Tank.
Oh, yeah.
We got to go, dude. We got to go.
What are we selling?
We'll make an app.
Okay.
All right.
Let us know what you guys want us to develop.
Let us know how many more fills you think we need so that we can get an app going. Tons. Anything else for you for this episode that you want to touch on?
You know.
Besides that, we ruined the plated idea for your date this week.
I mean, hey, you know you're gonna get the truth from me.
I know.
You know you're gonna get the truth. So, and you know what? I was willing to give him a shot. Don't like it. I think instead we're gonna buy monkey mats. We're gonna go to the beach.
There you go.
We're gonna bring our own picnic. You can go to the grocery store.
You could probably buy a monkey mat.
Yeah, I could.
You probably get it in like 2 days on Amazon Prime or something.
Let's get it. What do we got? Monkeymat.com. Okay, we're down to $19.99.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so we've made it. Oh, this is a big mat.
How big is it?
I mean, look at this picture. Okay, so there's a mom and a kid.
Let me see.
And they're taking up just a little bit less than a fourth of the mat.
Oh, wow. It's a pretty big mat.
It's a pretty big mat.
And they got the price down $20. That's awesome. That sounds about right.
5 feet by 5 feet.
5 feet by 5 feet.
So that's good.
Yeah.
We got some fun colors too.
Oh yeah, the colors are changed too.
Oh yeah, we got 8 colors now.
Sweet.
So.
All right, guys. Anything else, Phil, before we wrap it up?
I think that's it.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let us know your comments, questions, feedback.
And don't forget, hey, for the sake of the show, tune in this Thursday at 8 p.m. on ABC to Shark Tank and Friday.
And Friday, yeah.
And then, of course, find your way on over to us.
Yes, to hear what we have to say about it.
And, you know, again, you, the listener, we encourage you to, you know, if you're using any of these products, let us know. We love, you know, you guys are the ultimate testament. I could sit here and bitch or praise any of these products, but ultimately I feel I'm not the demographic for any of these. Like, I'm not the right, you know what I mean? I'm not the right test.
You were for plated, but everyone's a good test. But point being, we'd like, if any of you out there are using these products, we'd love to see how you feel about them. So let us know, and we'll go over some of your comments on air. You guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter. I am Stef Z with an F.
And I am AfterBuzz TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So yeah, we'll be back with brand new episodes. Don't you know?
Sweet. See you guys later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.